They didn't deserve to die. They didn't. They were going for a better life. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen to them.
Unimaginable grief over the deaths of two little boys and their mother. They all drowned while fleeing the crisis in Syria, as so many are doing right now. The family trying to make it to the safety of Canada as refugees. Just a warning here, if you haven't seen the very disturbing photo that is leading to outrage around the world, you're going to see it right now. And it shows one of those boys, 3-year-old Alan Kurdi, washed up on a beach. That's his body there. That picture and this issue is the focus of our top story tonight. And thank you for joining us. I'm Rob Brown. This tragedy is being felt right around the world. And here at home, it's now overshadowing the federal election campaign, and it's leading to questions about whether our country is doing enough to help Syria's refugees. We'll get into the politics and the policy in the minutes ahead. But first, to what happened in those waters off Turkey. Here's the CBC's Chris Brown.
The story and images of Tima Kurdi's family are now known around the world. In tears, she summoned up the courage today to speak about them outside her home in Coquitlam.
They didn't deserve to die. They didn't. They were going for a better life.
Alan was 3 years old. His brother Galib was 4. The family was trying to get from Turkey to Greece when their fishing boat flipped over. This is what she says her brother told her.
Those 2 boys, they were in his arm. He said he tried all his power to put them up the water to breathe and scream, "Daddy, please, don't die." And then when he looked in his left arm with the older boy, Galib, this one, he's already dead.
Abdullah survived and is now in Turkey. Tima Kurdi had been desperate to get them all to Canada. She tried to sponsor another brother, but his claim was rejected. 3 weeks ago, out of luck and hope, Kurdi says she sent her brother $5,000 to pay someone to take them to Europe.
To be honest, I don't want to just blame the Canadian government. I'm blaming the whole world for this, not helping enough the refugee. My brother said to me, it's my kids. It has to be the wake-up call for the whole world.
Thousands of other refugees have, of course, died in a similarly tragic fashion, but the photo of little Alan Kurdi has managed to capture the essence of this crisis in a single horrible image. Chris Brown, CBC News, Coquitlam.
Calgarians have been very moved by this story. How can you not be? In a minute, we're going to speak with a local man who recently spent some time in several refugee camps in the Middle East full of Syrians. But first, to 𝒅𝒏𝒕 with how these drownings might motivate change in our country.
It's touching and it's heartbreaking.
I've been aware of it for a long time. The pictures may draw people's attention to the issues, although the pictures themselves only represent a very, very tiny part of what is a ghastly humanitarian catastrophe.
With the federal election weeks away, the Syrian refugee crisis has become the campaign issue of the moment.
We're a country of generosity and we're a country of opportunity. The fact that we have not even taken the Syrian refugees that we have committed to take, let alone taking many more of people who are fleeing the most desperate situation, only looking for opportunity in the world, to me is a disgrace.
One political scientist we spoke to says this is now an opportunity for other levels of government to have some influence.
These are people who are respected, who have thought through these issues, maybe have experiences, and their thoughts, their contribution to the debate could actually elevate the level of knowledge and information that people are dealing with in trying to make a decision on voting day.
For this Calgary immigration lawyer, the federal government could do more to prevent future tragedies.
We have to almost overcompensate and let more people in and deal with them from here.
And while this crisis may prompt some Albertans to vote for change, Ackah says there are other ways to make a difference.
There are a lot of organizations that also sponsor refugees. Maybe to keep this alive would be us individually getting involved in helping to sponsor more refugees, taking on that financial and social commitment.
Tara Fadun, CBC News, Calgary.